Begin afresh every morning. Devotional thoughts for women.
Hello, my beloved friends. Today, May 12th, 2023, our devotional is entitled Yahweh. The scripture reading is taken from 2 Kings chapter 17, verse 35. With whom the Lord had made a covenant and charged them, saying, You shall not fear other gods, nor bow down to them, nor serve them, nor sacrifice to them. The Hebrew root Yahweh is found 314 times in the Old Testament. Its meaning includes various verbs: fear, reverence, honor, respect, obey, admire, praise, venerate, serve, adore, and worship. As an adjective, it means terrible, wonderful, fearful, majestic, tremendous, amazing, formidable, frightening, and awesome. Yahweh is used to refer to God and to holy beings or circumstances. When Yahweh is translated as reverence, it is in relation to the sanctuary. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 30. The day of rest. Leviticus chapter 26, verse 2. And God. Psalms chapter 89, verse 7. Translated as awesome, it is also used in relation to the name of God. Great and awesome God. Nehemiah chapter 1, verse 5. With God is awesome majesty. Job chapter 37, verse 22. The might of your awesome acts. Psalms chapter 145, verse 6. And how awesome are your works. Psalms chapter 66, verse 3. How did the Israelites not understand what God was asking for? Judging from the original Hebrew, what the inspired word is saying is, don't consider anyone but God to be fearful. Only the works of God are wonderful. Only God is awesome. His majesty is terrible. Only He is tremendous, amazing, formidable, and admirable. The divine requirement of not to fear other gods should have been sufficient, but God emphasized, You shall not fear other gods, nor bow down to them, nor serve them, nor sacrifice to them. The Hebrew word for gods in this verse is Elohim, and it is used for governors, rulers, judges, divine beings, angels, God, or gods. Elohim appears 2,606 times in the Bible, 2,346 in singular, as a masculine name that can be translated as God. Other than the eternal judge, our Elohim, we are not to fear, worship, serve, or make sacrifices to any other gods or things. It is easier to understand this than to put it into practice. But if we are determined to honor only God and serve only Him, He will do the rest. In my work, my superiors were uncomfortable with my unwillingness to work on the Sabbath. I replied that they could dismiss me if it was not acceptable to them. I fear God before men, but it is best for you to have a worker who is faithful to God, because they will be faithful to you as well. And that I pointed out to my boss. He looked at me for a few seconds and said, Don't worry, I trust you. I'll see what solution I can find for this. God will work in your favor, for your good, from his own perspective. Yahweh cures all fears. That is the difference between fearing men and fearing God.